We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. He's going in. He's going in.
Do what? What's going in?
You. Today we are going to be talking about kefir, and I'm going to show you how I keep up my kefir grains. It is a great way to nourish the gut. It is so good for improving digestion, and studies have proven that getting probiotic-rich foods in your life really does increase healthy gut bacteria, and it can help with mental health and also boost metabolism. It has antibacterial properties. Tests are also showing that it can help lower cholesterol and blood pressure. And many people that are lactose intolerant can consume kefir without any ill side effects because the lactose is lowered through the fermentation process. So it's a great thing to get into your life, and I'm going to show you how I make kefir and keep it going. So here are my grains, and they have been hanging out in the refrigerator for quite some time. I am going to rinse them, and you'll get the gist of how to handle these. But if you have been keeping them up, then you will not have to rinse them. It's only because they've been in there a little too long and they smell a little pungent, but they're gonna be fine. I'm just gonna give them a little rinse. There's a little closer look right there, and I usually keep what it's floating in, and I'll explain that in a minute, but I'm not going to this time, so we're gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna dump, rinse, you can see those, what's left in here are the grains. Just gonna give them a little scouring. We'll call it scouring. Ooh, look, they look so good. So full of good probiotics, amazing. I think we're good. Give that a little shake. So we're going on to the next step. Put those in the jar. They're so beautiful. Kefir has millions of probiotics, and bacteria lives all throughout our body. Not so much in the small intestines. It's in your mouth, it's in your digestive tract, in the gut, and so we need different bacteria all throughout the system, and we want to support that in any way that we can. It's just an easy way to do it. So here we have the kefir grains. I am using raw milk. This is the only milk that I use, and we're going to do 1 cup. It's pretty warm in my house, so mine process super quick. It takes about 6 hours, and when this is done, I'll let you know the next step. When you're making kefir, you can either put a lid on it, or you can put something that's ventilated, such as this. I'm gonna put it right here and let that hang out. Over time, it's very inexpensive because the only thing you're doing is covering with milk. But back to the milk, the reason why you want raw, when you take milk that is pasteurized, that is from a cow being fed grain, that it doesn't have the nutrients. And the pasteurization process, that high heat temp, is not only killing bacteria, but is also killing the enzymes. And enzymes are what allow us to break it down, to absorb it, to be able to digest it properly. Many people that are dairy intolerant because they are drinking milk void of enzymes. And then the conventional milk takes it one step further, and they are homogenizing it, which is just killing everything. And so I get mine raw. There's no pasteurization, there's no homogenization, and I check out my farms. I know what these cows are doing. I know how they're being cared for. God knew what he was doing. He knew best. And anytime we want to mess with that, we're going to suffer the consequences. When you are consuming milk that has been pasteurized and the nutrients have been killed, basically, the body is really smart, and it's like, wait a minute, I was supposed to get something from this, but it's not there, and that is calcium, one of the things that this raw milk has, and it will go and get it. So it will pull it from your bones. So a lot of people that have osteoporosis, but they are not getting it from the milk because it's not there. So when you're drinking milk like this, you're getting the calcium, it has the enzymes so that you can break it down and you can assimilate it, and it is doing good things. So if milk is going to be in my house, it's definitely going to be raw. So use the raw milk. Don't be afraid. If I would be scared to death of drinking pasteurized milk. That's exact, like we have just flipped all this and we have messed it up and made us believe this story that is completely in opposition to the truth. So you should be scared to death of pasteurized milk. You should be scared to death of homogenization, and you should be all in on the raw milk. So using raw milk for kefir, gonna let that sit between 6 and 8 hours. I'll know when it's done because I'll have a nice layer of kefir right up here, and I'll show you when that happens. But the other thing that I wanted to say, because people are going to ask, where did I get my kefir grains? I know you can order them, and I know that you can make them. It's kind of a long process, and I have not done that myself. I got my grains from a friend. So ask around, because over time, as you're taking care of your grains, they'll grow. You'll get more. You'll have more than you know what to do with, kind of like the same song and dance as sourdough starter. I will get back with you when this has fermented and we will finish this up. Goodness, I'm not a big milk drinker, but after having that milk out, I just kind of want to drink a cup of it. Kind of weird. Okay, so it's ready. This got ready quicker than ever because it's really warm in the home. We have the heater on. It's snowing and super cold outside. Nice and cozy in here, but you can see the top layer. And I don't like it to get much thicker than that. If you wait too long, it will start separating, and then it's hard for it to stay together in the refrigerator, which isn't a hill to die on, but I prefer it what I'd call creamy. And another thing that can happen if you wait too long is it gets really thick, like a pudding texture almost. So let's see the difference in the color. And so we're going to strain it and keep the rest for our kefir. You pour it, allow that to separate. We're just going to take a silicone spatula, and it separated really well, but we're going to get the rest of that liquid out of there. And this is the discard that goes back in the refrigerator. We'll put our kefir grains right here. This bowl, you don't have to use a bowl this big, but the rest of ours are dirty right now. So all you have to do is cover it with milk, put it back in the refrigerator, and it will be ready for next time. Just a little bit. And when I pour this milk off, if I haven't waited too long, I can drink it as well. So then you're not wasting. But this time I wasted it because I had waited way too long to do it. This is the kefir. I just pour it back in the jar it was in. And this time I put a lid on it. And then they both go in the refrigerator. This one's ready to go for tomorrow. That's Bill's. 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 Stay Puft Marshmallow.
That's the Stay Puft Marshmallow. The cat is out of the bag.